Call me biased if you like, but I do think I prefer the Australian bush to the Taiwanese jungle. Well, it seems that the dog's allowed to be here. And out into the area known as Misery Farm. I do like the Australian bush. Not a huge amount of wildlife around. Here we are at Misery Farm. There's an old dam in amongst those trees. The road between Williamstown and Gawler via Goldfields is up that way. And although there's no track specifically down this way, I know that we can get down to the river and make our way along to the Goldfields. You can just see the chimney down there. So there's the old Farmstead Dam over there, and the chimney, South Para down in the gully, which is where we'll make our way down to. Oh, here's the old track. That's the most water I've ever seen in that dam. It's obviously not maintained anymore, and that's the water course that it dams, which I think will go down. Or this one. Doesn't matter, they're both quite decent walks. Misery Farm. One day I'll look up the story behind why it's called that. Not a bad view from the front veranda. Would have been a bit lonely in those days though, I think. And we can go down that gully, or this one. And I think they meet. Down there's a bit of a waterfall, though there's no water in it today. Anyway, this is the way we'll go. Just on the way down this gully from Misery Farm. Just enough water flowing to make it quite pleasant. We're just joining up with that right hand gully now. And the left hand one became a bit impenetrable. So that's the creek that came down from one side, and it's going down through here, and it confluences with a creek coming down the other side, and Misery Farm's in the middle at the top. I've started to think I really should bring my personal location beacon with me even on these walks, although I do have my survival stick with a built-in whistle and so forth. There's that piece of iron down there. Well, if I was going back up, I'd take them with me up to the farm, but I should just leave them there for another day. At the confluence of the creeks. Now there's a good marker point. See that? It's a while since I've been here. I've been here a lot, but it's a while since I was here last. And this is in lieu of my morning walk from home. A little bit of flowing water, no matter how small, makes all the difference. Still just making our way down from the conference here in the Frog. It's all very pleasant, really. Got to get across here somewhere, and I think there's a big steep drop off over there. Go back this way. Nope. Go this way. Oh, kangaroos. I do like my walking pole now. Just gives me that extra degree of security when I'm in slippery or rocky places. Yeah, the creek's still coming through. But where the dock is, as I recall, is quite a steep place. There's a bit of a waterfall that we talked about, but we have to go around. That way over there is a bit steep, but we're going right down to the bottom of the gully to the South Power River, aren't we, my dog? So his last shot was up standing on that cliff there, and we've had to come over this side. And I'm making our way down. It's like a lot of things. It's a fair bit steeper than it looks, but it's also relatively easy walking. Still making our way down the side of this falls, which I'm going to call Misery Farm Falls. The distinct sound of the South Power River itself is becoming louder as we get down. Definitely wouldn't want to be falling down there, but give me an unhappy day. There is quite a distinct, if very slippery and slightly difficult route down here. Bit of a trail here. Wants to be a slippery dip, and I'm trying not to make it so. At least not for me. And there's an old wagon wheel steel tyre, which has obviously made its way down Misery Farm Creek over the last 100 years or so. Some of this stuff is not slippery, and some of it is. Anyway, here's the creek. Completely controlled by the flow from the reservoir further up. And it appears they're currently letting out what they call an environmental flow. See if I can find how much water's coming down. Oh, dog's just jumped in for a swim. Trying to get close without doing what the dog did. Oh, don't know whether I had it on or off, so I'm going to do it again. Trying to get close enough for a look. There's my dog, he's just swum across. Paddled. Some quite nice long stretches here. In fact, I think we might cross over and follow that little bit of flat the other side. Well, I've been going for not quite an hour, 55 minutes. Got a little bit of perspiration. I think we can cross the river here. This is where the dog did, as long as these are fairly stationary. Here he comes, there he is. He's come across some pollen. Now then, do not want to drop the camera here, nor get my feet unduly wet. There's another rock there. Ooh, a bit of a step there. Oh, I thought it was a rock. It's foam. Glad I didn't tread on that. Oh. I swear these crossings get more difficult every year. And now we're over on the flatter side of the river course instead of having to wander through there. And that's the feature of walking down most rivers, isn't it? You sort of have to keep crossing sides. Well, we're having a nice holiday at home, aren't we, my dog? Plenty of places to cross. I choose here because I know I can just walk straight across there. Actually, I'll have to go up round one, so no, I won't go here. We'll go somewhere else. Dog is getting less and less keen to cross in case I don't cross. First, he just decided to go. And I'll have to watch him because if he jumps when I jump, he'll hit my leg and take me out. That's where I was thinking of crossing before. Like's already over, so this is just like walking. Stepping stones here. Just not fall backwards while I'm showing off. I particularly like the upper reaches here when there's a water flow. But there's no one else here, no walking tracks. We'll pick those up a bit further down into the park. Well done. Well, we could have gone up and around those cliffs and come down the other side. That's why we crossed the river. Keep forgetting that finger. So much to see, isn't there, dog? By the way, so I was going up here. The South Power River. Holidaying in my backyard. Still. It occurs to me that it's a bit boring just watching the river on video, but I can assure you I'm not bored. I've been going, what time is it? Nearly 1:30, so an hour and 20 minutes, and one of my knees has just given me a little bit of a warning to say, hey, wouldn't mind a rest. In the meantime, keep coming across these different types of water catchment and different ways to walk from those rocks to quite verdant, I don't know what sort of plants these are, sort of iris type weeds. I think the path will be round the next corner. Hope so, but I don't mind if it's not. Just one more river crossing, beautiful stepping stones. Gets a bit steep on this side, so we're going to go across to the other for a while. After an hour and a half or so, one of my knees saying time to stop rock hopping, I decided to just follow this spur up to the top. Well, I do carry a compass, but it's very rare that I don't know where I am compared to where I came from or where I'm going to. And so we've been right the way down that gully, all the way back, picked up the track that I thought would bring me back to the car, and I'm just coming over the crest of the hill, and there's my car. It's most gratifying. I'm pretty hopeful there is an echidna active in the area. That first one I mistook for fossicas, but this is on another ant heap. And so we started off at gate 14 there, walked away along through to between those two creeks where Misery Farm was, the ponds there, the house about there, and then we went straight down, followed this creek line down, crossed across to that creek, and then followed down to the river, walked along the river, came up to that crest. See that, came up to that crest, picked up that track, and then came back to the car. How far is that? Hardly any different distance at all on the flat, that's the scale, but it's taken me exactly 2 hours.